All right, today I've decided to actually do some real car content and come out to the Concours d'Elegance in Lexington, Kentucky at the Keenland racetrack. And in the parking lot is a super duper clean 240 Volvo Estate. And I mean, other than this black right here, paint fade, I mean, this thing's super clean. Even the interior, pretty sharp. Ooh, a little bit of rust on the window, but whatever, it's still cool. Well, I wonder if we'll see anything else neat walking up to the gate. But RF MX-5 on, looks like Koenig wheels with the RF package. Love the RF. So kind of see if we see anything else neat before we go in, and then from there it's all higher quality stuff. Camera 1, camera 2 in my hand, camera 3 in my pocket as my cell phone, camera 4 there. I am loaded up and about to get smashed by a pickup truck. Up here in the VIP access area for people who want to pay more to park on concrete and closer to the front door, basically. I mean, this Accord's pretty sharp. Looks good. I'm all about a variety of cars. So Alfa Romeo brought their Fiat. It's essentially a street legal golf cart. One of the dealers brought out a brand new Lambo. And I will meet you there. Also got some motorcycles here. Here's a very old 1916 Indian. Super cool. Triumph. Not sure what a Bultaco is, but okay, there's one of those. Looks like a modern retro bike. Another big Indian with the sidecar. Another Triumph. The wide boy Testarossa. A Dino GT. And of course a more stereotypical Testarossa. And then let's go down here, across the field, into the slightly older, but not completely older. And it's like a mixture of everything in a circle. So is that a 430 Scud? Or is it a 360? These are so hard to tell apart. I just walked past the sign. I could have told you if I would have stopped and read the sign, but 430. I get to drive one of these. Not this exact one, but one just like it. And I get it, but I'm still not a big Ferrari fan. 51 340. Race car stuff right there, buddy. Daytona. Everybody says these are one of the greatest, but I just can't get into them on the style. Especially when you come over and look at the more older Ferraris. I think the older Ferraris look way better. 212 Touring. .308. Yuck. These I'll never understand. Ooh, they're being judged. That yellow and green. Excuse me. Ferrari Testarossa with the one mirror on the A-pillar there. I think that won Best of Show one year. Or a higher, Best of Show. Another Dino. This one's not a GT. Oh no, it is a GT. Look at that, 246 GT. Now we get back into the kind of like 90s and 2000s Ferraris. There's only one Ferrari I really like, and that I would own on my own, minus a 250 GTO. And that is the FF, and I don't see an FF here. It makes me sad. Alright, damn copyright music is making this really difficult, but check out this big ass old school Packard with the mirror on the spare tire. That wasn't even a legal requirement. Alright, check this out. This is called a white Model G. And it's got some really wild power steering, I guess you could call it. Early power steering. Trace that line, it goes all the way up to the steering wheel. It's not on the other side, so that's pretty wild. And then, if this was Looney Tunes, that would be the mother-in-law seat. Alright, so this is a Stoddard Daytona. S-T-O-D-D-A-R-D, I believe. Get away, B. And I guess when you wanted to flex on your Wall Street buddies before the Great Depression, this is how you did it. Look at all this gold. Screw white wall tires. I got white tires. Gold trimmed everything, like deep mahogany wood. I mean, this is a flex. Got a paddock of Americana here. C1 Corvette. I'm not a Corvette fan at all. C1, C2s, I think, are about the only ones I can tolerate, just for the styling alone, but I'd still never own one. Instead, yes, there's some Cobras down there. Is that a Pantera maybe getting ready, coming in or going out? Not sure, but Jag E-Type. Cannot go wrong on a Jag E-Type. Although, for a hardtop. Lion, I can't pronounce that. Scimitar GTC? Never seen one of these. That's kind of cool. I see an Abarth, but we got Triumph Roadster. It's a good looking car, I think. Oh, that looks like he's being judged. Abarth 850 with the cane. We'll pop over here real quick. Got another Alpha and a Morgan. Richard Hammond would love this. I love this. Left-hand drive Morgan. So this one must have been made for the US. Let's take a gander at the year, because this could be anywhere from 1932 to 2020. 1966. Pretty cool. It's got some more 50s and 60s Americana. Not really what I'm interested in at all. Although the half Woody's kind of cool. However, this Rally Yard Evo, that's what's up. Loving that. Oh, annoying. Trying to make a video and this guy wants to keep talking. I did notice something about this Evo, which I wasn't expecting. It's left-hand drive. It's not from Japan. This is likely from Europe. Pretty cool. Some people be interested in this Callaway convertible twin turbo Corvette. It looks like maybe some of it's been updated. But this is an old school trick. The extra injectors in the intake. I remember back in the early 2000s when we had cars that we really couldn't tune. That you would basically, if you had some car that got boost cut, you would take those two injectors, splice them on the, splice them into two more injectors, and it would prevent boost cut. Yeah. Not my favorite Gen Celica, but really clean. Is it at least a manual? It is. Yeah, I think the first gens were better looking. This just was kind of a letdown. Now over here, we got some more modern stuff. And another Morgan. I think this is the first time I've ever seen one Morgan in Kentucky, let alone two. 05 Aero 8. I thought it was an Aero, but I wasn't positive. And usually I think the way you tell in the Aeros is the full-on side skirts that go all the way down. And I think these might have been part of them deciding to go for Le Mans. All right, so we got an actual track spec M4. And then we have a wrapped, patina wrapped Marlboro style. And then a Do It For Dale Ferrari, because, yeah. So over here we got like a daily driver BMW parking area, with the exception that somebody let a Kia in and a Catfish Camaro. I don't know. But right here we got two really decent ones. We've got a solid Estate and a solid M6. Oh, and it's a manual. So, get back here. Two pretty cool cars. And there's an M3 out in the grass. It actually looks kind of cool parked there. They kind of got themselves a little stage set up there for themselves. And this trailer only looks a little sketchy. It looks cool, but it does look a little sketchy. That's a big Ford. A very big Ford. Cool TR6 and a Miata. With the Steelies and the beauty rings. Two more Miatas. Then we got a little show-off kind of area here. Some Beamers and a Lotus. Honestly, they got themselves a nice little picturesque parking spot here. Got to give them credit for that. And because someone in the video is going to be watching, or someone's going to be watching, oh, that Tacoma's pretty cool too. So there you go. Notice how none of their trunks are open. Wonder if any of these Jags have any artwork, silverware, etc. Things they borrowed from other owners. Oh, there we go. Hardtop Jag E-types. That's what I'm talking about. I think these are just very good-looking cars. They've only gotten prettier with age. But I also just am a Jag fan. So sharp. Decent little MG for being the wrong years. Looks good. Most people want the metal bumper cars, but that still looks pretty good. Land Rover XJS, another Land Rover. And I need to go get into my Maverick and take a pee. So A70 Supra on TE37s. Manual. Not my favorite, but I know a lot of people just like Supras in general. They don't necessarily care what gen it is. We get down here though, we're getting more into my territory here. Carrera 4S. 914, absolutely love the 914s. This one's super sharp. It's like the perfect beach car in my opinion. 996 turbo. Oh, nope, just a Carrera with the turbo wing. Modern 4S, base Carrera. Love the Cayman. Frunk. GT2 RS. Which means let's go really fast.
All right, we're back with
He's back.
37 Packard.
Two pretty common cars that are done up in kit car style using Volkswagen Beetles. The Beck, if this is a Beck, which I don't know how you tell them apart. I'm not that into it. It does look a little kiddish on the inside here, but that with like the Subaru motor, I mean, you can't ask for a better car. Super 90. I don't think this one's a kit. I think this one looks pretty close to legit, but something about the Speedster does make it look like it's actually a Beck underneath. But that's okay, because I mean that's a good way to get into classic cars with, you know, out all the classic car problems. Now, I do know that this one is legit. The guy like painstakingly restored it for like 20 something years. So I do know this is a legit. So you've got a sunroof. That's kind of neat. And then we've got an air-cooled turbo just a few cars down. GT3, non-RS is GT3. I really love the 996. I know the round headlights are the way to go, but the 996 is just a little bit different, therefore it's more for me, I think. And I had a 986 Boxster and absolutely loved it. And here's another car I absolutely love for some strange reason, the Panamera. I don't know why, but just something about them. I really want one. It would be my daily, I think. Coming up on another dream car of mine, Jag. I think it's a Mark. I think this might be a Mark 1. I believe, yeah, 340. I think this is a Mark 1, but I really like these. I'd actually love to have a Mark 2. They're very, very similar. Just some revisions done to it, but I think these are beautiful cars. So found a third Morgan MG for sale for way too much. OG Minis. Gosh, I want to drive one. Also own one. But I've owned 2 Mini Coopers, but they were both the BMW variants. I would love to own an OG Mini. They're just so awesome. Got an amphibious car. And if you're not going to give me props for my terrible videos, I'm going to give you props right now. Mad props. We got an Exige with a monster intercooler on it. And a Aston Martin making some pretty noises. 2ZZ Toyota motor. All in the roof scoop, plumbed in, gated 6. I mean, whew, that's how you have fun in life right there. It's on triple R's, it looks like. Oh yeah, no, this thing's ready to party. Some more modern joys. Got an R33. I think these are the best looking ones other than the original. It's got a Paul Walker autograph on the dash. It's a Type M. There you go, fanboys. That's for you fanboys out there. I don't much care for the movie. Got a, is that a 944? With a unique backer on it. Like a hatched elite.
What was going to be in the garage.
Yeah. 944 turbo. Beautiful Datsun. Not ruined with an LS. Then we got the Abarth. I really like these two, but I'm just not brave enough to own one. Someone's daily driver Civic somehow. Just okay. You know, don't worry that the paint don't match. Super clean M3. Or is it not M? That might just be a 325 with some extra plastics. I think that's what it is. I don't think that's not an M. Silly me. Just a 325 on some extra plastics. Still good looking car though. Scubaroo. This car looks really good. I remember when he bought this new. Seeing it driving around. I appreciate that he builds these and actually drives them. You know, they're a little abundant, but the right-hand drive Supra with a interesting livery. Looks like my spray paint jobs. Not something I'm terribly interested in, but I do see some cool things here. Land Cruiser FJ40. An awesome red truck. It's just cool, alright? Back when you could just buy a frame and make your own body. It's got to be a fire truck, right? It's got to be. International Harvester Auto Wagon. Solid rubber tires on train wheels. Little Red Express. And then the Good Humor Ice Cream Man coming to a neighborhood you. Pretty cool. Some of these guys are having flashbacks looking at this thing, you know it. So this is just interesting because it has the Hong Kong to Beijing rally on it. And there's some of its life. Sometimes the boomer boards come in handy. It did third place in something. There's its Beijing plate. If you're gonna cruise Beijing, why not do it in a Studebaker? It's a risky thing because you know spare parts are gonna be hard to find over there. AMX. Interesting car company. Kind of a sad failure. Now this super light, right up my alley. I talked to the owner, who I believe is there in the blue shirt. It is a Corvette LS7 with a GT40 gearbox. He bought it this way. He didn't build it this way. Whoever built it before him, though, he said they did an amazing job on this, including the interior. We come over here to a land speed car. Looks like an LS.
I don't even know why they have a crash. Start
Oh, 210, 131. Whew. Yeah. Top speed 221, 4 point. Yeah, that's moving. And that would be a sketchy run, but it'd be fun as hell. Not a DB5, but a DB6, and just still absolutely beautiful. This is one of those cars you gotta have money to play with. But if I had the money, I would play with it. So got a Di Matasso Pantera. Cobra Corvette, not my thing, so there. That's all you get from me. Sorry, don't like American cars that much. I know, I suck. And then, of course, you gotta have that oddball. I don't even want to try to pronounce that and destroy it. But that's beautiful. An Allard. I can't say I know anything about these, but they kind of look like a Shelby Cobra with aesthetics. Pretty neat, although I'm pretty sure this come well before the Cobra. 53, so yeah, that's before the Cobra. Pretty neat. Yeah, getting towards the end now, and Ferrari FF. Oh, yes. This is one of the only Ferraris I would own. They're odd, they're weird, they're front engine V8 all-wheel drive. That's not normally Ferrari territory, but I dig it. So does he. That's not bad looking. I like old Mercedes too. I think it'd be cool to have something of this era hardtop cruiser though. You know, definitely just like a two-door coupe. Although I do like the actual removable hardtop on this one. Still, good-looking car. Not the way I would go, but I don't hate it. Lots of Corvettes. Questionable quality Mercedes. Questionable quality Mercedes. Is that a Maybach? Oh, this is the long. This is the executive. That's an airplane. So look at all that floor space back there. That is a car to be driven in, not to be driving. You buy that for your driver to drive you in. This is more my style when it comes to Mercedes. I'm a sucker for dual stacked headlights too. But this is definitely more my taste. Let's give me a big 80s brick. Fun fact, every one of these Corvettes is a one of one somehow. You know the joke, but as we bypass the Corvettes, a couple Audis here. I had an all-road. One didn't look that good, but I had one. Mine was this color. I like this white one. I think I remember this one from Euro District last year, maybe 2 years ago. Tell you what though, I'm dying here. You love a wagon, love an estate. There's a classic Audi wagonish. And I don't blame them for sitting in there and sucking up the air conditioning. R8. I think the R8 V8 is the way to go. The spec, if it's a V8, would be my buy. Oh yeah, skated manual. There we go. Just give it to me in white. I think that would be my everyday supercar kind of thing. Alpha Spider, and then a whole bunch more Alphas. Then I see something kind of spicy that's not an Alpha. Ooh, this is a really good looking RCF. Don't like the badge. Don't like the, just leave the Lexus badge. There's nothing wrong with it. But good looking RCF. Underrated car. And hey, there's a Quadrifoglio. Another Spider. Okay. I think that's gonna about do it, other than that ginormous monstrosity of an Army vehicle. Alright, that is it for me. I am covered in sweat. I'm sweating from my eyeballs, I think. It's a little redonkulous, but not a bad showing. It wasn't worth $30, but I'll just skip next year. That makes it $15, and if I skip another year, that only means it was $10, right? I don't know. I don't think the showing of cars is what it should be. Yeah, there's some cool cars here, but I don't think it's $30 cool, if that makes any sense. I think it's $10 cool, 15 on the high side. But when I come to these events, I expect to see cars that are near unobtainium. You know, the Ferrari Daytonas, yeah, they're kind of hard to get. I don't much care for them, but that's what I expect to see. Enzos, personally owned Lamborghinis and such, not dealer brought cars. That's what I want to come to these shows and see. And the Lexington one, it just doesn't deliver. Sad to say. I'm trying to remember where the hell I parked, and I honestly don't remember. I'm also trying to see if we can find anything else cool before closing this video out and heading back home to shower. No doubt, shower. Oh, there's something cool over here. So yeah, I'm pooped. I'm a little disappointed. I'm probably on the verge of dehydration, minus the fact that I just chugged a bottle of water. But let's get to these last two cool little parking lot spots and call it a day. I'm walking. It's almost there. It's like 2 cars away. All right, flippy flip. Eurovan. And right in front of it, new ID Buzz. So all we need is an air-cooled one right there, and that'd be kind of cool. There's also a K car. A little Chrysler K car. It looks like a little Baron. Yuck. Yuck. And hey, another Volvo Estate. That one's a 940. And that's looking about it. Someone's gonna be mad if they made it through all this video and then they seen this Dodge Ram here and I didn't show it. So even though I don't like it, there you go, Dodge Ram. And there's the star of the show, the Ford Maverick, because Traffic, looking for my chapstick. Feeling kind of car sick. Oop, there's a Ford Maverick.